Alright, what's going on everybody? This is Alex from Beats and Basketball, and today we're going over the biggest draft bust in the NBA in the past 20 years. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, and let's get to it right now. So the most notable has to be the 2001 first overall draft pick by the Washington Wizards and Michael Jordan, Kwame Brown. Yes, Kwame Brown averaged 6.6 points per game and 5.5 rebounds over the course of 12 NBA seasons. He played for 7 different NBA organizations, most notable the team he got drafted for, the Wizards, and the Lakers, where he was the starting center for Kobe Bryant's Lakers throughout the early mid-2000s.
This man was a bona fide scrub.
Alright, next up we have Nicholas Skidishvili. In the 2002 NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets selected him 5th overall. What the hell were they thinking? He came into the league at only 19 years old and was gone by the time he was 22 years old. He never averaged more than 4 points per game, and Coach Mike D'Antoni of the Houston Rockets, who previously worked during that time for the Denver Nuggets, said his skills are off the charts. He doesn't have a fully developed body, but he's 2 or 3 years away. Hopefully, Denver will have some patience because he could be something special. Boy, was he wrong. Alright, this former lottery pick has been making a lot of noise in the NBA headlines lately, as the what could have been scenario of Carmelo potentially playing for the Detroit Pistons has been going around saying how many rings he could have won for that team. Yes, I'm talking about Darko Milicic. Yes, the 2nd overall draft pick in the 2003 NBA draft. Now, this first round was star-studded with talent. You had LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, not to mention Melo, of course. And this person was 2nd overall. Now, at the end of the day, he did get a ring, but his career was highly underwhelming. Milicic played for 6 teams in 11 years. Darko's career high season amounted to a whopping 8 points per game and 5.5 rebounds per game in Minnesota. Alright, fast forward 2 years later, when the year 2005, an 11th draft pick goes to the Orlando Magic. They draft a guy named Vasquez. This is the greatest NBA bust that you don't know about. Why? Because he never played a single NBA basketball game. Yes, the 11th overall draft pick, Vasquez, never played a game in the NBA. He decided to keep competing in the Spanish ACB League and EuroLeague. And although he is a draft bust, although he never played a single game in the NBA, we gotta give dude some credit though. He is the top shot blocker in the Spanish ACB League. So I guess maybe he's not playing the big leagues, but he can still play some big basketball. We mentioned Kwame Brown earlier on in the video, and sadly that's not the only draft mistake Michael Jordan was held accountable for. Yes, in the 2006 NBA draft, the Charlotte Bobcats had the 3rd overall draft pick, drafting Adam Morrison. Morrison that season was the best scorer in D1 basketball. He played 3 years in Gonzaga, averaging a career total of 19 points per game. His junior year, he averaged 28.1 points per game and 5.5 rebounds. Sadly, that did not translate into the NBA smoothly. He averaged 11.8 points per game for the Charlotte Bobcats his rookie year. Not too bad numbers. But over the course of his rookie season, he lost his starting position for his poor defense and ultimately horrible rebounding skills. The next year followed, in the 2007-8 season, he was injured and sidelined to a knee injury. He was then traded from the Charlotte Bobcats to the Los Angeles Lakers, where he would become a 2-time NBA champ, but would not contribute whatsoever, normally being the last man on the bench, suited up, not playing in any games. Alright, moving on into the 2009 draft, the 2nd overall draft pick went to the Memphis Grizzlies, and they decided to draft Hasheem Thabeet. Yes, the 3-year big man at the University of Connecticut. Alright, with 2-time All Big East honors and also 2008 to 2009 Big East Defensive Player of the Year, they had big expectations on the unpolished big man. Now, he stood 7'3", was a great shot blocker, and was a great person to just dump an alley to, averaging a double-double in his junior year. But this just didn't quite translate into the NBA. He only averaged 2.2 points per game and 2.7 rebounds per game. The Grizzlies selected him over James Harden, Stephen Curry, and DeMar DeRozan. Alright, in the 2012 draft, there was a lot of players that really just didn't live up to the hype that they had in the draft. The most notable person of that has to be, without a doubt, Thomas Robinson. Yes, the 3-year big man from Kansas. The former Jayhawk just didn't live up to the hype. Former Big 12 Player of the Year, in his junior year, he averaged 17.7 points per game, following nearly 12 rebounds per game. In his NBA career, he would play for 6 different NBA teams in a short tenure of 5 years. He shot under 51% from the free throw line, and that's the real reason why he had such a quick exit out the league. Unable to really keep up with the modern pace of the NBA and not able to make shots, his calling was faster than expected. Alright, in the 2013 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers had the first overall draft pick. Now, understand this. Nobody wanted this draft pick. This draft was very, very empty. The greatest talent was Nerlens Noel, and he was hurt. So the Cleveland Cavaliers rolled the dice with Anthony Bennett. Bennett averaged 4.4 points per game and 3.1 rebounds per game. Yes, he battled with some injuries, but there was no excuse to be out of shape, overweight, and his play was just so dismal. He found his way out the NBA at age 23. Yes, some people may argue Kwame Brown's the biggest draft bust in NBA history, but at least Kwame Brown played 12 NBA seasons. Anthony Bennett was out the league before he was 24 years old. But one thing we have to do is give our respects to Anthony Bennett for not giving up on his dream. Yes, he was out of the NBA at age 23, but his stats in the G League are pretty good. He is grinding, he is trying to get back into the league, putting up pretty solid numbers in the G League. And also in October, he did report to training camp for the Houston Rockets, but was shortly waived after he was found out to have a knee injury. Hopefully Anthony Bennett can come back, because I'm definitely rooting for him. To write somebody off as a draft bust at only 24 years old seems quite unreasonable. But when you only average 5.7 points per game and 2.1 assists over the course of your career, what's said needs to be said. Dante Exum, the 4th overall draft pick in the 2014 NBA draft, is a draft bust. Yes, I know the 2015-2016 season he did not play due to a torn ACL, but he's lost his starting point guard role to not only one point guard, but to 2 point guards in George Hill and Trey Burks. Over the course of his career high in points is only 8.1 points per game. His passing ability isn't really special, as he's only peaked 3.1 assists per game as a career high. Now, given a fair chance, that is debatable, but when you're a lottery pick, you're expected to produce a lot more. I'm still believing in Dante Exum. I believe that he has the potential to have a bright future and maybe recreate himself in a way similar maybe Ben McLemore did when he was considered a draft bust. But at age 24, the clock's only ticking, and the NBA we're living in right now is very, very cutthroat. After the 2015 NBA season, we've seen how beautiful Kristaps Porzingis played the game of basketball. The lean stretch 4-5, whatever you want to really define him position-wise, blossomed into today's modern NBA. Shooting threes, cleaning the glass, and rebounding at a high rate that we never really seen before in the stretch 4 position. So the NBA execs definitely fell in love with the concept of finding the next Kristaps Porzingis. Nonetheless, the Phoenix Suns, with the 4th overall draft pick, drafted Dragan Bender, the 7-footer who shoots a lot of threes. Yes, Dragan Bender is only 22 years old, but with career averages of 5 points per game, 2 assists per game, and 6 rebounds per game, he's really not in comparison to Kristaps Porzingis whatsoever. Also to keep in mind, he shoots a lot of threes at a high volume. Over the course of his career, he shot under 28% from beyond the arc twice in his short NBA career. Yes, the stretch 4 position, stretch 5 position is evolving, but I just don't see Dragan Bender really being the face of stretch 4, stretch 5's shooting at this volume. Alright, that's all we have for this week's video. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and comment below, who do you think is the biggest draft bust of all time in the comment section. Thanks for watching Beats in Basketball, and we'll see you around next time.